Christmas, beyond its magic tradition, has all kinds of stories which Pensacolians have enjoyed for many years. And here's one. Let me read just a few lines of it. With the sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too, and then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the pawing and prancing of each little hoof. And as I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. Now the question is, who was St. Nicholas? Now people say Santa Claus, but that's not quite right. St. Nicholas, you see, was a monk, 3rd century AD in Turkey. And he drew a wonderful mystique to himself because it became his custom to find money somewhere and give it to young ladies who did not have a dowry. And without the dowry, you could not get married. And so one after another he helped. And then people said, well, let's do it a little differently. And so St. Nicholas very obligingly said, all right, what we'll do, we'll begin to make small gifts to young ladies who are going to be brides at Christmas time. And so he did that. Well, that tradition carried on. People took the story north for many, many years, and it finally got to Holland. And the Dutch themselves said, well, it's nice to do this with brides, but wouldn't it be nice to give these little gifts at Christmas time to the little children? And consequently, the idea of giving Christmas gifts from St. Nicholas became part of the tradition in Holland. And that tradition carried on, and when the Dutch Reformed Church came to the colonies in the 1620s, they established the same idea right here in what we now call New York. And the idea was carried on by a number of authors who told these stories time after time. And so St. Nicholas moved from 3rd century Christian monk to the people of the Dutch tradition in their own country, and then finally coming to what we now call the colony. So beginning in the 1620s, St. Nicholas was with us, and the story that I read just a minute ago was part of a poem written by a clergyman back in the 1820s. His name was Clement Moore. We'll tell you a little bit more about him some other time.